We got to start by trying to figure out, why does the world need another dating app?
Well, I think it just needs one, really, that works well, and that's what we're trying to be. And what we're all about is we just believe that technology should be something that enhances our real-world lives and doesn't displace it or get in the way of our real-world lives. So what we're doing is we're introducing you to people through your friends like you would in real life when you go to house parties and dinners and weddings and the kind of places that you forge great relationships. And we just make that much more frequent and a much smarter process.
Justin, how does it work? How do you connect with mutual friends? How do you get them all to be part of this network?
Yeah, it's been a really sort of a slow growth process. We started in Washington, D.C. originally, and it was kind of getting all my friends on and then getting their friends on, and we've sort of grown concentrically around that. And it slowly sort of started to bleed to New York, where we launched last year. And then since the beginning of this year, we've launched in a whole bunch of new cities across the country.
Now, I noticed you've got about every person has an average of 36 friends on Hinge. 85% of the downloads come from word of mouth.
Yeah, that's right. It's even getting to 90 or 95% now.
How did that happen?
I think we just provide a really good experience that other people aren't used to. A lot of times you join a dating app and you just see people who are totally irrelevant to you, and you have to filter through like tons of what you call randos, right? It's people that you just wouldn't be interested in at all. And I think people are very surprised that when we show you someone on Hinge, it's someone that you're actually interested in. And as a result of the social validation that comes from having a friend in common, people are much more willing to move offline much more quickly. And as a result, that turns into more stories like, hey, what did you do last night? Oh, I went out with this person. Well, how did you meet them? I met them through Hinge. And then it's another download.
What is the relationship now with Uber?
Right, so this was a really cool opportunity for us. Uber just launched an API this week.
An API, you got to tell people
Sorry,
what that is.
So
That's
an API means that it's essentially an ability for us or other apps to plug into their app and what you'll call deep link into their app. So that what happens on our app is if you're chatting with someone and you type in an address, we can immediately recognize that that's an address and then allow you with one click to call an Uber that will come pick you up and take you to that address.
What about access to people's online profiles from places like Facebook?
Well, what exactly?
Well, I mean, for example, many people have friends on Facebook, but they may not be very close friends, or they may not be friends that you necessarily want to share with other people.
Right. So, actually, it's the strength of weak ties that allows a lot of people to end up matching up. So it's not your really good friend's really good friend that's going to end up being like a good romantic connection, because I probably know that person, or you probably would have already thought to yourself, like, gosh, those two people would be good together, and already matched us up. But it's the weak ties, the ones you wouldn't really have thought of, people who are like acquaintances, that end up becoming those matches. And it's your social network says a lot about you, like, where you went to school or where you grew up, and those kinds of that sort of ambient information that's communicated by who you become friends with is actually what's really, really powerful when making
those
dating.
commonalities.
That's right.
What about the cost?
So right now we're totally a free app.
So how do you make money?
So we don't make any money.
You don't make any money?
We don't make any money right now.
That's not the secret, though.
That's not the secret. We will eventually be monetizing, probably not until next year, though.
And what are any specific goals in terms of how many people you want to use Hinge? I mean, where is it now?
I mean, all the single people in the world would be great.
All the single people. Well, then you wouldn't have any more after that.
Right. Right now we're 23 to 36 mainly, and we're in the
age group.
Age group, yeah, and we're in the top 11 cities in the U.S. in terms of population. We're launching Seattle next week.